Something happens to your body when you repress something that science can't yet measure, but women instantly perceive. While you spend a fortune on expensive clothes, imported perfumes and cars to impress, a biological partner within you is being wasted daily. An invisible signal your body should be sending you, but you suppress it at the first urge, at the first unnecessary ejaculation. For millions of years, males of all species have used invisible chemical signals to communicate their strength, health, and reproductive potential. And you confuse your body daily, making it believe you've already conquered, reproduced and won, when in reality, you're wasting your energy on blank screens. Today, you'll discover how semen retention awakens a primordial magnetism that transcends logic, appearance, and social status, how your body, by preserving its vital energy, begins to emit signals that touch the deepest feminine instinct. Those who don't lie don't judge superficially, but feel the energetic truth of a man. If you've ever felt a change in the way women look at you when you withhold your semen, if you've noticed that inexplicable attraction that goes beyond words, then stay until the end, because what you're about to discover could radically transform your understanding of true male magnetism. Millions of years ago, long before words existed, living things communicated not with sounds or gestures, but with molecules, invisible chemical signals carrying vital information. I am strong, I am healthy, I am capable of protecting and providing for men. They're called pheromones, although modern science still debates whether humans produce them functionally. But whatever the scientific name, something is happening, something that every man who practices semen withholding for an extended period of time begins to notice. Perception. Women react differently. This isn't a matter of imagination, coincidence, or mere superficial trust. It's something more primal, more instinctive, more real. Your body has two primary functions: survival and reproduction. And over millions of years of evolution, it has developed sophisticated mechanisms to communicate its reproductive state to the environment. When you're healthy, strong, and brimming with life energy, your body sends signals through sweat, breathing, and your own energetic presence. But therein lies the problem with modern man. He constantly confuses these primitive signals. Every time you ejaculate, whether with a real woman or on an artificial screen, you're sending the same biological message to your body. Mission accomplished, reproduction successful, you can relax. Your body doesn't distinguish between real sex and masturbation. To it, ejaculation is ejaculation. It's a sign that you've successfully fulfilled your reproductive function. And if your body believes you've already conquered, reproduced, and fulfilled your role, why would it waste its energy helping you attract more women? Why would it develop chemical signals of availability and power if you've already demonstrated your commitment? This is why men addicted to pornography, even if they are physically attractive, often fail to generate real attraction. Your body is constantly sending the wrong signal. I don't need help. I'm already constantly making progress. But when you hold back, when you conserve your life force energy for 60, 90 days or more, something fundamentally changes your biological programming. Your body begins to realize, wait, I haven't reproduced in a long time. I need to do something. And that's when the biological partner awakens. Your body begins an active search. It must help you find a true partner. To do this, it will use every evolutionary tool available, including those that science doesn't yet fully understand, but that have been working for millions of years. Invisible signals that communicate strength, health, and potential. And this makes women feel something they can't even rationally explain. They simply know there's something different about you. Something magnetic, something real. There are two types of attraction, conscious and unconscious, and most men focus only on the former, completely ignoring the latter, which is infinitely more powerful. Conscious attraction is what we can rationalize. He's tall, handsome, successful, drives a luxury car, and wears designer clothes. It's an attraction based on external social cues, status, and superficial appearance. But subconscious attraction is different. It happens before we even think about it. It's instinctive, primal, irrational, and impossible to fake. Have you ever experienced this? You met someone who objectively wasn't the kind of person you'd normally be attracted to, Maybe they weren't the most handsome, the richest, the best dressed, but there was something, an energy, a presence that inexplicably drew you in. This is subconscious attraction, and it operates through channels far beyond sight and sound. Women have evolved to be extremely sensitive to subtle signals of genetic quality, health, strength, protection, and nurturing ability. Many of these signals are chemical and energetic, invisible to the naked eye. When subjected to prolonged withholding, the body enters a different biological state. Hormone levels shift, posture changes, presence intensifies, and of course, body chemistry changes as well. You're beginning to exude something that communicates on a primal level. This man possesses abundant life energy. He doesn't waste his essence. He has a reserve of strength. This is why women, without knowing why, feel safer in your presence. Why are they beginning to notice you where you were previously invisible? Why do conversations that were once forced now flow naturally? It's not because you've changed your seduction techniques, but because you've changed your internal biology. A man who ejaculates compulsively is constantly in a state of energetic depression. Although he may not be aware of it, his body is constantly recovering, trying to regain what it has lost. And this depression manifests itself in subtle but noticeable ways. Your words may be confident, but your energy is eloquent. Your posture may be erect, but something about your presence conveys an inner lack. Women sense this irrationally. They may even consciously find you interesting, but something inside them doesn't resonate, doesn't connect with you, doesn't fully trust you, because female instinct has been honed over millions of years to distinguish men who truly possess abundant resources from those who only pretend. And life energy is unfalsifiable. You either have it or you don't. You conserve it or you waste it. By conserving it, you not only store sperm, but you also accumulate presence, concentrate magnetism, and allow the body to return to its natural state of energetic abundance. And in that state, you send out signals that tap into the deepest programming of the female psyche, signals that say, this is a man who values himself, who doesn't waste precious resources, who has self-control and discipline, and that, on a subconscious level, is irresistibly attractive. Official science may not have definitive evidence on human pheromones, but it does have ample evidence on how internal changes translate into perceptible external signals. Semen retention leads to measurable transformations in the body. Testosterone levels stabilize. Dopamine production normalizes. The nervous system calms. Posture improves, the voice deepens. And each of these changes communicates specific information to those around you. An upright posture communicates confidence and dominance. A deeper voice signals maturity and hormonal stability. Calmer, more purposeful movements demonstrate inner control and authentic presence. But beyond these visible signals, there are others that are invisible, and perhaps even more powerful. Your body, under prolonged stress, alters its internal chemistry in ways that science is only beginning to understand. Changes in skin pH, the profile of fatty acids excreted in sweat, and the chemical composition of breath. These changes may seem insignificant, but to a female sensory system, perfected by millions of years of evolution, these microscopic chemical differences can be perceived subconsciously, like an invisible radar that detects signals of health, vitality, and genetic quality. When you're constantly wasting your life energy, this radar detects signs of depression, burnout, and instability, even if you smile, speak confidently, and act charismatically, because the body doesn't lie. And women, even without realizing it, perceive the energetic truth hidden behind social performance. Have you ever noticed how some people, regardless of their appearance, radiate intense energy? How others radiate vitality even in silence? How differently do you feel around someone who is sick and someone who is radiating health? This isn't mysticism. It's subtle biology. Our bodies are constantly exchanging information through channels beyond the 5 traditional senses: microfacial expressions, subtleties of body language, changes in tone of voice, alterations in our personal electromagnetic field. In a state of withholding, all these signals are silenced. Align your mind with a single direction: energetic abundance. Your breathing becomes deeper and more relaxed, expressing inner calm. Your eyes brighten and become more focused, a sign of mental clarity. Your movements become more fluid and purposeful, a sign of inner harmony. And yes, your body chemistry changes too, in ways that, while not consciously perceived, can be felt instinctively. The result: women feel more comfortable in your presence, more receptive to your words, and more interested in your company. Not because you use more sophisticated seduction techniques, but because you emit more authentic biological signals of masculinity. And authenticity, especially energetic authenticity, is infallible. Either you cultivate it with true discipline, or you simply don't have it. Imagine having a partner who silently works for you 24/7, someone who sets the stage before you even speak, who creates receptivity before you even show interest, who sparks attraction before you even try to seduce. That partner exists and is within you. By practicing semen retention for an extended period, your body actively searches for an ideal partner. To help you in this mission, it activates all available biological resources. First, it optimizes your physical appearance, improves your skin, and gives it radiance and vitality. Your gaze becomes sharper and more penetrating. Your posture naturally straightens. Your muscles tone, even without additional exercise. This adjusts your energetic presence. You become more centered, less anxious, and more present in your interactions. Your voice gains depth and authority. Your gestures gain confidence and purpose. But what's most interesting is what's happening with your internal chemistry. Your body begins to produce and concentrate substances that, while not consciously detectable, communicate vital information about your reproductive status. It's as if it's constantly whispering to your environment, "This man is available. This man is healthy. This man has abundant resources. This man would be a good reproductive partner." And women, even without rationally understanding it, begin to pick up on these messages. They move closer during conversations, maintain eye contact longer, smile more often in your presence, and initiate conversations that you would have previously had to force. It's not magic. It's biology working as designed. For millions of years, males who could effectively communicate their genetic quality and reproductive ability were more successful at attracting females. This skill was honed and passed down from generation to generation. But modern humans have altered this process. By constantly ejaculating, they disrupt the internal systems responsible for this subtle chemical communication. Your body gets the signal, "I've already reproduced today. I don't need to try to attract someone else." And then it turns off your biological partner. Why waste energy developing attraction signals if you already seem to be winning consistently? But when you hold back, when you preserve that life energy, the body senses that something is wrong. "I haven't reproduced in a long time. I have to redouble my efforts." And then resources you didn't know existed are activated. Your ability to interpret female micro-expressions is refined. Your intuition about what to say and when to say it is sharpened. Your ability to create the right sexual tension develops naturally, because now you're no longer just trying to seduce with your conscious mind. All of your body's evolutionary wisdom is working in your favor. And when your conscious mind and your biological wisdom align in the same direction, the result is genuine magnetism, the kind of inexplicable, yet instantly felt attraction. The kind of presence that makes women say, "I don't know what he is, but there's something special about him." That special something was always inside you. You simply wasted it day after day on empty gratifications that disrupted your most sophisticated internal systems. There is a turning point in the semen retention process, a point at which the transformation ceases to be subtle and becomes undeniable. For most men, this occurs after 60 to 90 days of regular practice. It is during this period that the biological partner reaches its maximum effectiveness. During the first 30 days, the changes are mainly internal. You feel more energy, better concentration, and increased motivation, but externally, the effects remain subtle. Some people may notice a change, but nothing radical. Between 30 and 60 days, the changes begin to become more visible. Your skin visibly improves. Your eyes take on a distinct radiance. Your posture naturally becomes straighter and more confident, and you begin to notice that women are paying more attention to you. But it's after 60 days that the real magic happens. Your body, finally convinced that you're not reproducing regularly, activates all available resources to help you find the perfect partner. And this activation is so intense that it becomes noticeable, even to the most skeptical observers. Women who had previously barely noticed you start talking to you. Strangers make prolonged eye contact on the street. Colleagues who had always maintained a professional distance begin to show personal interest. And the most impressive thing is that this happens even without trying to seduce anyone. It's as if you've developed an invisible magnetic field that naturally and spontaneously attracts female attention. Some men report almost surreal experiences, women offering to help with simple tasks, engaging in conversation in public, and showing unprecedented interest. This isn't an exaggeration or a fantasy. It's the result of months of your biological systems functioning as designed. After 90 days without ejaculation, your body is literally in a state of reproductive emergency. And to counter this, it mobilizes normally dormant energy and chemical resources. You become more sensitive to subtle feminine signals, more adept at interpreting body language, more intuitive about timing and opportunities, more energetically magnetic. And women sense it. Not rationally, they may even wonder why they're attracted to him, but something inside them recognizes it. This man is different. This man has something special. What's special isn't the personality, the humor, or the conversational skills. It's concentrated life energy. It's preserved and redirected reproductive power. It's biological magnetism at its peak. Of course, not every man makes it to 90 days. Internal pressure intensifies, temptations multiply, and success with women can sabotage the discipline. But those who persevere discover something extraordinary. True power lies not in winning more women, but in becoming the kind of man who naturally, effortlessly attracts them. And once you've experienced this level of natural magnetism, voluntarily returning to compulsively wasting life, energy becomes almost unthinkable, because you finally understand that your biological partner was there all along, simply sabotaged by your own lack of discipline. There's a huge difference between wanting to be attractive and being so naturally, between using seduction techniques and exuding true magnetism. And this difference becomes evident when we compare someone who wastes their vital energy with someone who conserves it. A man who ejaculates compulsively may even learn sophisticated seduction techniques. He may memorize opening lines, study body language, and practice conversation. But there's always something forced and performative about his approach, because deep down, he's trying to compensate for a real lack of energy with superficial skills. It's like trying to impress someone with fake jewelry. They may even shine from afar, but upon closer inspection, their lack of authenticity becomes apparent. Humans in prolonged retention do not need sophisticated artifice. Their mere presence is the secret. By conserving life energy for months, a rare quality develops in the modern world: energetic authenticity. You're not trying to be someone else. You're simply being fully yourself. And authenticity has a magnetism of its own that no technique can replicate. Women sense it instantly. They understand that you're not selling anything, that you're not trying to impress or manipulate. You're simply present, centered, connected to your own inner strength. And this creates an attraction that goes far beyond the physical or social. It's an attraction to essence, not performance. When you speak, your words carry real weight because they emanate from a solid energy center. When you look someone in the eye, your gaze is one of genuine depth because you're not hiding an inner depression. When you touch someone, your hands transmit life energy because they truly have energy to transmit. This is not seduction in the traditional sense, but a genuine human connection. And women who spend their entire lives being approached by men, pretending to be something they are not, are magnetically attracted to someone who simply is, who has nothing to prove because they have already proven it, who does not seek external validation because they cultivate internal validation, who does not seek attention because they exude a natural presence. This type of attraction transcends preferences and personal types, physically and socially, because it touches on something more fundamental: the instinctive recognition of true energetic quality. This is why men with prolonged retention tend to attract women who would normally be outside their social or economic circle. Because abundant vital energy conveys a value that goes beyond superficial criteria. A woman may consciously prefer tall, rich and famous men, but subconsciously, she will be attracted to the one with the most concentrated and authentic energy. Because energy doesn't lie. Status can be fake, appearance can be artificial, personality can be a sham, but life energy is something you either have or you don't. And when you have it in abundance, it radiates unerringly. The result is an attraction that doesn't need to be constantly fueled by entertainment, gifts or validation. It's an attraction to your essence, not your resources. And it radically transforms the dynamics of relationships. You stop being someone who constantly seeks to impress and become someone who naturally inspires. You stop being someone who seeks approval and become someone who offers their presence. You stop being someone who consumes feminine energy and become someone who nourishes it with authentic masculine abundance. This is the difference between seduction and magnetism, between technique and authenticity, between performance and real presence. And once you've reached this level of authentic connection, anything less becomes insufficient. There is a final stage in the process of seminal retention, which few men achieve, but which represents true energetic mastery. It is when you completely transcend the need to seek attraction and become naturally magnetic in all areas of life. At this point, your biological partner has become something much greater. You have become an energy field that positively influences everyone around you. It's no longer just about attracting women. It's about radiating a presence that enhances every space you enter. People begin to respect you without you having to demand their respect. Children feel safe in your company. Animals naturally approach you. Even plants seem to thrive better in your garden. It may sound exaggerated, but this is what happens when you conserve and cultivate your life energy over the long term. So you become a source of life, not a waste of energy. And women feel it more intensely because authentic femininity is naturally attracted to authentic masculinity. And authentic masculinity is neither aggression, nor forced dominance, nor social performance. It is a centered presence, a serene strength, and an abundant and consciously directed life energy. A man who reaches this level no longer needs to chase women. They are naturally attracted to him, not through manipulation or techniques, but through the instinctive recognition of a higher energy. And when this happens, an interesting choice presents itself to you. You can use this magnetism to multiply superficial experiences, or channel it to create a deep and transformative connection. Most choose the former, after all. After years of scarcity, abundance can be intoxicating. But truly wise men choose the latter because they discover that the greatest reward of retention is not the quantity of accomplishments, but the quality of connection. When you preserve your life energy for long periods and consciously choose to share it with a special partner, something magical happens. You're not just having sex, you're transmitting concentrated life force. And a woman who receives this energy from a man who has cultivated it with discipline and determination never forgets it, because she has been touched not only physically but also energetically. This is the ultimate paradox of withholding. The more you cultivate the capacity to not need, the more you will be able to offer something truly valuable when you choose to share. You stop absorbing feminine energy to fill your own emptiness and become someone who offers abundant energy to nourish the femininity around you. This is true masculine magnetism. It's not about dominating, controlling, or conquering. It's about cultivating such inner power that your mere presence becomes a gift to the world. And when you reach this level, you realize that the biological partner was only the beginning. The real challenge was to become the man who absolutely does not need a partner, because you have become the very attraction, the very magnetic force, the transformative presence that improves any environment by its mere presence. This is the destiny of every man who has the courage to preserve his life energy long enough to discover who he really is, without being constantly exhausted. And once discovered, there is no turning back, because you finally understand you weren't naturally weak. You were simply wasting your most precious strength. Now, with this strength preserved and consciously directed, you can become whatever you choose to be. including the magnetic man who has always been latent within you. Brother, if you have come this far, it is because something within you recognized the truth behind these words. Perhaps you have felt this magnetism in moments of reluctance. Perhaps you've noticed that women react differently when you're full of energy. Or perhaps you're still hesitant, thinking it's impossible, far-fetched, or a fantasy. There's a simple way to discover the truth. See for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Don't believe scientific theories. Don't believe other men's testimonies. Try it for 90 days. Experience it. Let your body awaken that biological partner that's been dormant for years. In the first 30 days, you'll feel internal changes, more energy, more focus, and greater clarity of mind. Between 30 and 60 days, you'll begin to notice changes in how others react to you. But after 90 days, you'll understand what I was trying to explain. You'll feel the magnetism that comes from conserving and concentrating life energy. You'll feel an attraction that's independent of technique, status, or appearance. And then you'll realize it's been there for you all along. You've been wasting it every day. If this message resonated with you, don't let it die here. Subscribe to our channel. We are leaders in male transformation, with hundreds of testimonials from men who discovered their natural magnetism through conscious retention. Check out our other videos on life force energy, masculine presence, and inner transformation. And comment below, I will test the biological partner. Because this statement must be made, must be assumed, you are not alone in this journey. We are a community of researchers who have discovered magnetism has always been within you. It was simply wasted. Keep it, preserve it. Awaken the magnetism within you.